If you study successful people or anyone that's achieved incredible things, it really all comes down to one thing. And if you don't have this one thing, it's going to be very difficult to build a real estate business. There are so many examples throughout history of people just achieving incredible things. People that did things that a lot of us never thought would have been possible had they not done it. You know, one of my favorite examples is Roger Bannister. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's the first person to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Before him, nobody thought it was possible to do. Well, he believed in it, he had the passion for it, to drive for it, and he did it. And ironically, the next 12 months after he did it, multiple people did it as well. And really, what he had, though, inside is what everyone who does incredible things or is really successful have. They have a why. We call it a why. It's really what that driving factor is. And here's the thing about whys, and why they are so important for people to have, is that anytime you are trying to go do something, whether it's build a successful real estate business or maybe run a marathon, you have to have a driving force inside you, some kind of, like people talk about a fire or something inside that is going to keep pushing you to go towards your goal or your dreams or whatever it is. If you don't have that, it's going to be very easy to get off course. But the people that have that inside, they're not going to let things deter them. They're going to stay on that path, even if it's a crooked one, as things get thrown their way. They're going to stay focused on whatever it is they're trying to achieve. But here's the rub. When I speak to agents, and my partner and I speak to agents, and we try to ask them, really, what is it that's going to drive them? More often than not, what we hear is very surface level things, like, I want to make more money. I want to, be the #1 agent in the city. Whatever it is, it's usually something along those lines. That's not really a why, though. To really understand your why and to understand other people's whys, you have to dig deeper. You have to ask yourself the question, why is that important to you? So, for instance, if you want to, let's say, you want to make a bunch of money. Well, why do you want to make a bunch of money? What is it about that money that is going to get you the life you want? Look, and a really simple example of this is myself personally. I want my family to be financially free, right? It's something I always thought about, but just saying that really isn't enough. Really, I had to think about it. Why do I want my family to be financially free? And as I kept asking myself over and over and over, why is this important? Why is this important? Why is this important? What I finally came to the conclusion of as I dug deep enough is that I just felt that I want my boys, my kids, to have the greatest opportunity to live a long, healthy, and happy life. And to me, to be financially free means that no matter what happens to them, whether if they get cancer or they're in a serious accident, that I could afford the best medical help possible, the best doctors, the best research facilities, being available to whatever drugs or whatever else needed to help them out. If we couldn't have that availability, if I wasn't able to provide that, then I would have a really hard time living with myself. So that's my driving force. That's my why. That's a pretty big why. Your why doesn't have to be big. It could be small. And it also, there's a huge misconception that people think a why needs to be this massive thing in the future. It doesn't have to be. Whys could be anything. They could be short, they could be long, they could be big, they could be small. But the important thing is you dive down and really figure out what your why is. One year, I wanted to win a top producer award. It was my last year selling real estate full time. It was my why was I knew that was the one last thing I really wanted to achieve on the sales side. So for 1 year, I went all out. and I was driven that year, and I achieved it. I had it inside me. That was my why. And it was only a 12-month span that I had it for. After that, I was done. So whys change all the time as our lives evolve and our lives change. So don't feel like you got to get stuck on one thing. But it is important to just sit down and really think about, if you want to be a successful real estate agent, why is it that you want to do this? If you come up with that why, there is nothing that's going to stop you. There is nothing that will get thrown in your path. You will literally persevere through everything to achieve it. But if you don't have that why, it's going to be very difficult to build a successful business. So find your why, and you'll build one. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We really hope you found it helpful. We hope you find your why. If you enjoyed it and you want to get more of our videos, we encourage you to please subscribe to our channel, click that little bell, and get notified of our new videos. We post a new video every single Monday, 9 a.m. Central Time. It's just free education, all to help you out, because that's what we love to do. So thanks for stopping by. Looking forward to talking to you again in our next blog. Thanks.